After completing a recipe for disaster last episode, obtaining the iconic Barrows gloves for a massive upgrade, getting a new melee upgrade being the zombie axe, and finally, from a medium clue getting spiked manacles, I am nearly all set for Slayer. There's just one more upgrade I need. Hey, how's it going everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Vlogging Chunks, a series where I obtain collection log items and use those items to unlock any adjacent chunk of my choosing. I started this journey in Lumbridge, and for every 100 chunks I unlock, I up the ante. I've unlocked 200 chunks, so I need 3 collection log items plus the added GP cost of 10,000 times the numerical order of the chunk I'm unlocking. My end goal is simple: the trimmed achievement diary cape. Detailed rules can be found in the description or my rules video. Being that my map of Gielinor looks like this, Slayer imposes a few challenges. But over the series I've overcome most of these challenges, and I've honestly fully unlocked Slayer. The only thing stopping me at this point is the time. The goal is level 80 Slayer. I can plus 5 boost with Wild Pies and unlock the items that I want to get the most. Dragon Boots, which is level 83, and the Abyssal Whip, which is level 85. From my current level, I expect this to take at least 100 hours. I do have plenty of access to convenience. The only thing with that is it costs a ton of money, and I have the perfect place to start. Okay, I am really excited to check the kingdom here. It's been 85 days since I last checked it. Okay, I don't honestly know what I'm looking at here entirely. I think it's good. I'm just gonna have to go sell it and see, and hopefully I get a decent amount here. I have a feeling this won't be too great, but let's go ahead and find out. Alright, moment of truth. The final sell here is worth, okay, pretty decent we'll call it 9.6 mil. So I spent about 6.2 mil in those 85 days due to the coffer costs. So I made about 3.4 mil profit, which means per day I made about 40k. Not honestly that great, but it's passive, so it works. I have been on top of my farm runs, and there is 94 farming, pretty good level, nothing to do there. But ever since I started watching Micah Roos maxing his main account series, I've just been motivated because he's doing so many farm runs. Okay, so quite a random jump here. I have 20 beginner caskets here. I've been pulling my shift at the Hill Giants to get the Giant Champion Scroll, and funny enough, I got 2 more curved bones within 100 KC on that session. But I have a pretty good chance to get at least 1 log slot. Hopefully from these 20 KC, I have 181 total with 9 out of 16 collection logs here. So I'm gonna kind of just spam through these. Yo, let's go. The monk robe's bottom trimmed. I have the top, so I'm gonna be very, very fashionable. Yep, and I get a shoulder parrot. Okay, cool. At least I could sell that for some decent GP. Nothing from that last one, but hey, I'll take a duplicate shoulder parrot. Okay, it's not as much as it used to be, but that's 294k into the cash stack for 20 mil cash stack. Now, the most important upgrade for Slayer, hands down, is the Black Mask. For my account, I can trade and I can buy this, but since I do not allow myself to buy any collection log items first until I obtain them, I need to obtain it myself. Now, the main problem with the Black Mask is it's locked behind Cabin Fever, which should only need 2 chunks. The prerequisite quests should need 0 chunks, so that's a W there. To get to the cave itself, I should need 1 more chunk. I'm currently sitting on 2 collection logs from the last video, and since I just got another, I just need 6 more log slots, and I have the perfect place in mind to get those. And it all started with that fire right there, so I should have everything I need to go into the ancient cavern over here. And it looks like I did do it correct, so I wish to enter, and I will not get washed up. Definitely didn't get washed up a few times. If you're wondering how I'm going to get 6 collection items within this cave, it's because of the My Notes. There's 26 total, super easy to obtain. All you have to do is rummage a skeleton in here. It's a 1 in 13 chance to get any page. You can get duplicates, but with the method I'm about to show you, it should be no problem. So once you're down here, you climb down these stairs, and there's going to be a dragon here. You may take some damage. Run over here to this skeleton here. So rummage the skeleton and you can get a few different things. I got bones here in this case. You run back up these stairs and then you wait here for 10 minutes. All right, the 10-minute timer is up. So I run over here and there is one specific tile you stand on. If you stand on it, you will not take any damage from the NPCs or the skeleton that may spawn here. So I'll go ahead and mark it. So you rummage. In this case, I got mangled bones and I took damage. I think you take damage every single time. If you're on Rune Light, you hit Control Shift and your arrow key and you can hop to the next world in the line. And then you rummage again. As you can see, I got bones and took more damage. So as you can see there, I got a skeleton that spawned, but because I'm on this tile, it cannot attack me. So a nice and easy hop there. Okay, there is one. It took so long. There's the first ancient page, and I got that one apparently. So that is 1 of 26 so far. Oh, into the back-to-back with also mangled bones. So you just get mangled bones every single time with the page? Is that what it is? It must be. Well, there's 2 already. There's number 3. I am getting so scammed out here. That's got to be like 150 world hops by now with only 3 pages. Of course, I get one as I accidentally attacked by the water fiend. Well, there's number 4. Yes, and there's another one, page 5. And there is page 6, no duplicates, thankfully. It nearly took me the entire world list to get there, but there's 6 of 26. That's all I need. Let's get out of here. So with these 9 items here, I can purchase 3 more chunks. So these are chunks 230 through 232 for this amount for the first one. And the last one here for 2.320 mil for a pretty nice number there. Turn these into platinum tokens and off I go to those chunks. Well, not technically. I need to start Zogre Flesh Eaters first and complete that quest, which I should need 0 chunks for this. Alright, forgot I did not have my recorder up, but there is Zogre Flesh Eaters completed. I get the ability to use Ogre combos, which will be fantastic for my chompy kills. And check this out, 3 Ogre Bones is worth 187k. Good quest to do for money. Well, they did actually sell, and I get 194k, holy. Alright, and the next one is Rum Deal quest. Like I said, I should need 0 chunks for this. Alright, so here I am, and there's no gray here. Very nice. And there we go, Rum Deal done as well. Nice and easy for the Holy Wrench, which is an underrated part of this quest. Alright, now it's time to do Cabin Fever. Alright, so Cabin Fever is going to be a very interesting one for chunk unlocks. And this is why, because you can see the quest icons right here. But if you look closely, I have to walk onto this boat. And if I walk onto it, it's in a completely separate chunk. The line runs right through there. I need that chunk for literally a boat, unfortunately. Walk across the gangplank, and here I am in my completely useful chunk. For some reason, I have a feeling that sailing is gonna be just like this quest. I don't know why. Okay, I've been firing cannonballs for a few minutes now. I'm just gonna go ahead and unlock this chunk over here. Once I complete this portion, I'm gonna be immediately dropped off here. So it's time to go ahead and unlock this chunk now. I'm glad I did that because Cabin Fever is now done. That was the very next cannonball I loaded. I'm in this chunk officially, 72 crafting. Very nice. Now all I have to do is unlock that chunk right over there. Now if you take a close look at my map here, you'll see that this chunk is here. I can't get there via land. I have to go through water, which you can't go through water RuneScape obviously. I have to walk through this chunk and this chunk. But I have no idea when they added this, but there's a stepping stone here. To my knowledge, I can just cross it with, without any hard diary requirements, no diary requirements at all, negating having to swim. For some reason, my character can't swim. I think they should be able to swim though, somehow. My favorite place to kill them is right up here in this little area right up here. All right, hopefully they don't hit me too hard. This first one's taking a good bit of health from me, so 1kc. Oh, nope. That is another hard task in the Mortania area. Very nice. Oh, there we go. Black Mask is obtained. My daughter's on my lap. You're probably gonna hear her in a second. There she is. All right, got 2 clues to do as well. Black Mask obtained to 245 KC. Okay, time to buy a second Black Mask so I can keep the original one, the 10 version, in the bank. So I paid, not too bad, I'll take it. It is time to imbue this bad boy. It's basically useless without the imbue, so yeah, I'm just gonna be camping here at Nightmare Zone. I believe I am all set up here now. I got my absorption potions, my Dwarven Rock Cake, I'm all set. Then we have 87 strength, and a very healthy 86 HP. And 6 hours later, I got 1.4 million points. I went a little overboard, but there is the Black Mask imbued. I also wanted to buy 100 of these because these are just so useful to have on the account. 2 other house teleport portals. So the imbued version does the same thing as the regular, except it gives the 15% to all styles as opposed to just melee, making it finally useful. Okay, and Duradel is not kicking things off very well. I got 175 spiritual creatures to slay. I do have access to those, so I mean, I guess I'll do them. It is what it is. I'm primarily wanting to focus on high XP, so anything burstable, cannonable is definitely going to be a top tier for me, but I am not super picky, although I would want to prioritize experience here. Alright, and check this out. I got this Gommel's Hilt a long time ago. And I can teleport straight to Trollheim, skipping all that mumbo jumbo. I don't even have access to the Trollheim teleport. I haven't done the quest. And here we go for the very first time, stepping foot into the God Wars dungeon. Very sweet. And our next task is Greater Demons. That is perfect. Hard clues, pretty decent cash. I can do those in the catacombs. Aberrant Scepter is also a pretty good task. I'll take those. That's good money. I haven't shown my block list yet, but here's what it looks like. Black Demons, Trolls, Steel Dragons, and I do have an empty slot here. I'm not super close to 250 quest points, so I'm not going to go out of my way and get that quite yet. So overall, it's a pretty good list so far. Okay, so I need to buy some supplies here. Definitely forgot about this step. Spent probably close to 2 mil on all these potions of food, but it should get me there. And I also did forget to buy the cannon and cannonballs, so this is like another 2.7 mil down the tube, but it's going to be worth it. This return on investment should be great. Well, after just 5 tasks in, I have 6 doable hard clue steps, meaning I have a guaranteed casket here. Since hard clues can be 4 to 6 steps, I need at least 6 clues to guarantee me a casket. If you're enjoying the video so far and you're not subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I guarantee you it'll be worth it. While I'm not a full-time content creator, I do really enjoy making these videos and putting all the effort I can into them. So your subscription would go a long way for me. Thank you. Once I take this double agent down, this will mark 3 hard clue caskets on the account. I cannot believe it. I got super blessed here. 3 of those 6 caskets I could do. Only, I think, 2 wilderness steps total. I'm gonna open all 3. Didn't really plan on doing any hard clues on this grind, but I got 3 already. I'm thinking I should probably focus on them a little bit. I have nothing, no hard clues done. Let's just go ahead and send it. I'm hoping for literally any item. Casket 1 here, pretty decent GP, I'll take that. Ooh, a Zami page 1, very nice. I got the full book, I think, actually. Purple sweets are a nice value too. And rounding it off for the 3rd one, White Cavalier. I'll take that. 2 collection log items, 1 hard unique, and then the Zamorak pages and the shared collection logs. That puts me to 399 collection log items. I kind of unlock a new chunk. That's going to be a banked chunk. Yep, I have a full Zamorak book as the first book completed. If I take a quick peek at the shared ones, there is all 4 pages knocked out. And I believe the Unholy book is used in some elite step, so when that time comes, I'll make it. You know, I really thought this would be a horrible task, but this Earth Surge is shredding, and there is 91 magic. The Black Mask imbued, it's just absolutely melting these Iron Dragons. I bet you've never seen somebody get 70 Slayer killing an Iron Dragon in this outfit right here. Alright, frog's out of my throat now, and there's 165 Blood Velbs. This is honestly, man, my favorite task in this game. I'm going to the catacombs, no dancing for me. Followed by Black Dragons, just 14 of them, super quick, easy points here. Alright, that Black Dragon task is completed. I have 177 points now, but more importantly, that was 99 tasks. My next task is going to be 100, so I'm going to head to Konar. Konar gives more points per completion, so if I complete that 100th task with her, I'm going to get 450 points, meaning I can buy pretty much 2 upgrades immediately, being Slayer Helm and Ring Bling. Taking a look at her task list, there isn't too many that I can't do. There's a couple of specific locations I can't, but fingers crossed, this risk pays off. Okay, Konar. Be merciful, what do we got? I believe I can do that. That is probably the easiest task I can get. Free 450 points. Thank you very much. This task is so fast, so good for XP. I was here for 13 minutes total. But there we have it, 100 tasks. I got 627 total Slayer points now. I am Slayer point rich, but I'm about to be Slayer point poor. I was able to snag myself 1 Brimstone key. I've opened this chest a few times, but I'll go ahead and open it now. I can get maybe a collection log, a dusk piece, please. Not even a great one, but that's fine. I'm not going to get a task here. I'm just going to get some rewards, Konar. So currently the 2 major upgrades I want is the Slayer helmet itself and then the Ring Bling. That's total 700 points. I'm very close to 700 total. I think I'm just going to go aesthetics here, go for the Slayer helmet, and just go ahead and make that. Use the mask on there, and boom, Slayer helmet imbued immediately on the account. I mean, just look at this thing. It just is iconic, very fashionable, super beneficial for a couple extra Slayer tasks. Also, Island Wyverns, I can do those. Decent GP, I guess. Pretty quick. Chance at a couple collection log items. Pretty good. Got nothing special. Okay, just like this task, this is no good task that I want to do. I'm just going to go ahead and block it. Alright, then we immediately get Fire Giants. Okay, that's not the worst. Okay, the Fire Giants task is over, and I'm not gonna lie, it briefly crossed my mind to do Royal Titans, but I know I'm just not quite ready with this gear that I have. So what do we get next? Kurask, I am excited about those. I'm pretty sure those are pretty rare from Duradel. I can get 2 collection logs? 1 for sure, maybe 2, we'll see. I was heading to do the Kuras task and I found a crystal impling. What is it? Oh, at least I can knock that for some GP. But I did look it up, there's 3 collection logs and I got none. Just a medium combat task for 2 points, not bad. I'm really hoping I get this leaf bladed battle axe. Oh hey, let's go. There's the Mystic Robe Top Light. Okay, super early to get this. And that is 400 collection logs on the account. I didn't even know that was coming up, but that's pretty sweet. Now, getting that drop reminded me that a long time ago, I introduced the Slayer Clog Emporium list. I made a pretty good dent at the time, but I want to go ahead and start focusing on this a little bit more. So I'm going to add a couple new ones. These ones I expect. If you're wondering why the Dragon Harpoon is on here, it's a 1 out of 2k drop from Worms, so I'm just hoping I get that one. Not a massive fan of ranging these, but there is 85, decent XP for, ooh, the one and only Twisted Bow. Pretty good idea to lock myself at Chambers. And a big level here for Slayer, 72 Slayer achieved. Skeletal Wyverns, time to get a Visage, guys. Okay, so don't judge, I completely forgot I didn't have bigger and badder. I'm just gonna go ahead and unlock that like nothing ever happened. You didn't see anything, don't look away. Worms, not bad at all. Take that for some pretty good GP, couple collection logs, pretty good chance superiors. Well, it's always 1 out of 200. And then we have our first superior on the account. Okay, and it gives us a rune med helm, but also really good Slayer XP, so I'll take it. Worm task done, and we get, there is the task I wanted. Finally, I get Dust Devils. It's been like over 20 tasks at this point with no burst tasks. There is finally one. Good money, good XP, good everything. Dust Devil task is officially over. Got 1 superior, great XP, took like 20 minutes, and I get Hellhounds right after that. Thanks for the 8th time, I guess. Got myself a Wyvern task here, and ignore the scene and selected the wrong one. There's a medium combat task for 2 points, as well as a hard Falador area task. Alright, so the Wyvern task is over, and that is task 119. I'm about to get a big boost. I got 322 points, and okay, perfect. I can do that task, no problem. Since I got a good task there, I can go ahead and buy Ring Bling. I'm not going to get locked from Slayer or anything like that. Buy that, perfect. 22 points left, more than okay. Now it's time to get 75 crafting. So the plan here is to just buy some blue dragon hide leather, turn these into blue D-hide bodies. Pretty expensive, looks like about 8.6 mil for that, but it's going to be fast. I'm going to lose a little bit of money, but it's okay. And there is 75 crafting, took like 2 hours, but there is these Slayer rings, among other things. I think I can alch these for a decent profit, but I don't know if it'll actually be worth it. I'll just go ahead and sell them on the GE, and it looks like they're not quite selling fast, so I'll slow sell them. Alright, and there is 50 Slayer rings in the bank. This should last me for the rest of the account. And on top of Slayer quality of life, this is also going to be a farming quality of life, because I can teleport right here. Ooh, a Dragon Impling, look at that. Alright, and there we go. I don't open these, I sell them because they are currently worth 335k, so it's a nice little profit. Alright, they have sold for about 7.3 mil, so I lost about 1.3 mil, but in my opinion, it was totally worth it. And there is a big level for Slayer, 75 for Gargoyles. Those things are money printers. And I can also kill Grotesque Guardians, but with these stats, I don't know how well it would go. My gear also isn't very optimal, but we'll see what happens if I can get maybe an easy clog or 2 there. We'll see. Oh, Black Mask number 2 on the account. Oh no, they're dropping a little bit, but at least I'm kind of spooned on them. That's about 565 KC. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a good day today. I haven't logged in all day. The summer sweep up is officially here for the Slayer updates. The Slayer shop is going to look very healthy, and I get 400 plus another 250, so the 400 was from the blocks, and the 250 was for bigger and badder and ring bling, I believe. But this is the big one here. You can view a list here of all the tasks you can block. You don't have to get a task first and then realize you want to block it. It gives you all the percentages here of the weight that the Slayer Master will assign these tasks. This is insane quality of life. I'm going to be going through this for sure soon. Then we have 91 strength. Ooh, second Magpie. I'm on my way to change spellbooks here, and there's a second Magpie here. I guess I'll go ahead and snag that one too for some easy money there. Alright, so I've been working on my Slayer block list after the updates. I got basically what I had, and instead of the mutated Zygomites, I'm going to put Elves here. I think they're like 3% or so. I've been getting them frequently. I don't want to do them anymore. Dagonoth, Noise, quick and easy. And there is finally Gargoyles. I've been so long from 75 without getting this task, but there it finally is. Very nice. So I have 3 collection logs to get here. And no 1kc unfortunately, just a combat task, but I'll get those 3 items hopefully in a couple tasks. And here's one already, the adamant boots. I do not believe they are an upgrade, so I guess I'll just keep them in the bank forever. Oh, and there's the brittle key. So this key unlocks the upper level. The second floor, I believe, you can access the grotesque guardians now. All right, so I use this key on this door and I can access the roof up here where the grotesque guardians are. Their layers up here, so I'm gonna be killing these, maybe, we'll see, but here's the lair. Oh, okay, there's the Mystic Robe Top Dark. That's 1 out of 512 and I'm barely 100 kills in, nice. And okay, I'm getting spooned, I guess. There is the 3rd and final one I believe I can get from these regular gargoyles. Granite Maul achieved, time to PK. Alright, it's been about a full week now and I'm at 150 tasks. I just got assigned a Cave Horrors task, but I wanted to give you all an update on my clues. I got 2 medium so far, and it looks like I got about 24 hard clues. I'm gonna wait to do these until I get 80 Slayer, I think. I missed a very important level up here where there's 92 Strength. Ooh, and there's 78 Slayer, and cool. I don't think this unlocks anything. I'm pretty sure nothing's at 78. No. But actually I can +5 boost Spiritual Mages to get the D-Boots, which I don't think I'm going to do currently. I'm just going to wait till 80 to knock it out with that whip. Oh, and 237 Gargoyles. I actually forgot to mention, but I did extend a few tasks. Gargoyles is one of them. I think it's time for some Grotesque Guardians. I feel pretty confident that I can do it pretty successfully, and I got some clogs to get there. Being that these are a level 75 Slayer requirement, it's not honestly too bad to kill these. These are like mid-late game bosses. I think I'll be good. There's 2 versions, to Dusk and Dawn. They do have some pretty good collection logs to get. Nothing particularly useful for me, although the Granite Dust is an upgrade technically to my cannonballs, which will speed up Slayer just a little bit. Alright, so I got the setup here. Honestly, not great. You'd consider this very early mid-game, but I think it'll do just fine. These aren't too bad, like I said. I haven't killed these in well over a year, so I'm just going to be very rusty here. So let's just kind of watch this cinema here and see what happens. So you can see that I have these 3 tiles marked. I think there was a way at some point to get Dusk to not attack you very often, or not at all during this first phase. I've honestly never really figured it out. I don't know if it ever got patched or not. But he's kind of dancing around, so I guess it's kind of working out for me here. Alright, so I have Dawn in phase 2 now. So now it's time to attack a Dusk, and he uses melee, so I just use melee to attack him. Okay, so now Dusk is in phase 2 as well. So now it's back to Dawn here, and I gotta collect these little orbs while also avoiding the orange and purple little siphon circles here. So if you're a high level account, you can honestly out DPS her. I know for a fact that I cannot out DPS this, so I'm just going to absorb all 3 of these. Each one heals her, I believe, 90 damage, so it's definitely important to get those. Okay, so with Dawn being down now, it's Dusk time for phase 2. So he kind of throws you over here. You just honestly spam click out of there. And then on his phase 2, he does this like range attack. You can tell by his melee attack where it looks like he's punching you. But then he has this random like dual hand throwing something at you. That's his ranged attack. You can negate the second one, but the first one's unavoidable pretty much. And there's a first KC, so what do we get here? Granite Dust, that's guaranteed, I believe. Holy moly, how many combat tasks is that? It's gotta be 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 maybe? 7, that's gotta be so many points I just got there. But that honestly went very smooth. I am honestly very shocked. So this kill here is going to be 5 KC, so I can do the quick start on that bell there. This is going better than expected, so I think I'm going to stick here for now. The game plan is about 100 KC. There's the quick start, so it'll speed up my kills per hour. And speaking of fast kills, this is my new PB for sure. Yeah, 216, that's like better than my main account, to be honest. Nice kill for, oh, okay, I'm incredibly spooned, 13 KC. Granite Ring. I'll be honest, I've never really looked into this item. I don't know what it does as far as what stats it gives. It's kind of hard for me to tell. Guess I'll look it up. They're on the screen now, or at some point I'll mention it. So there is the collection log for the Grotesque Guardians, 13 KC, 2 out of 7 uniques. Yeah, let's keep this going, get some more collection logs here. my goodness. That is the first pet on the account. I am in disbelief. What KC? 22. Oh my goodness. You know, it's pretty surreal that at the time of recording this and getting this pet, I think the free pet reclaiming update just came out like 4 days ago. Couldn't be better timing. I'm honestly in disbelief still. It's been about maybe 5 minutes now. 3 of 7 with the pet already. If I get the stone, the jar of stone, it's over. Like, I'm green logging 100%. There's no doubt. You know, the coolest thing about this pet is it has a metamorphosis to the midnight one with the yellow wing. It looks pretty sick. I'll personally keep the flying one out, but this is going in the bank for now because it kind of has to stay in the bank. I can always bring it out if I, you know, want to flex a pet, but I gotta show the back-to-back here. Coming off the pet, what do I get? Normal drop. Okay, deserved. So this is going to be 25 KC. Hopefully no collection log item. Don't deserve it. Yep, it's just 3-point combat task for 25 KC. Nice. And to follow that up, of course, you got to get the 50 KC task here. Nothing in the past 25 KC. Another range level here is 87. And there is finally 79 Slayer. This is big because this is actually 100 KC, totally not planned. It just happened to coincide. So on the screen, I'll put up my 100 KC loot tracker. It's honestly not that bad. You can expect 0 uniques in this KC, but I got very, very spooned with the pet and the ring. But back to normal Slayer I go. There's 89 hit points off tagging these dust levels. And this is going to be the final strength level of the grind, 93. I started at 86 all the way to 93. No way. Dust battle staff from a regular dust devil. I gotta double check that, but I think that's like 1 in 4K. That is so rare. What is with my luck? Alright, I'm coming up on the final task I need for 80 Slayer. This is a big milestone. What do I get? That is honestly the best case scenario. You'll find out why later. I am officially about to hit 80 Slayer. I am nearly all set for Slayer. There's just one more upgrade I need. Black Masters obtained. Boom. Slayer helmet imbued immediately on the account. And there's the first KC. Okay, I'm incredibly spooned. 13 KC. Granite ring. My goodness. That is the first pet on the account. I've worked so hard for this and it's finally gonna happen. And there we have it. The level I've been working for the past 44 days, nothing but Slayer. There is level 80, now I can officially +3 and +5 boost with the Wild Pies to get those 2 items that I want the most. Now, I'm going to do this all in one take. You may hear some background noise, I'm not going to stop it. This is a perfect time to capture this moment. I got the Fire Giants task, I'm going to go ahead and teleport out because I want to keep that for a reason you'll see next episode. I got all these clues to work on. Now, if you know previously that I mentioned I'm not a full-time content creator, I don't honestly play this game that much. This grind took me about 100 hours in 44 days, meaning I spent just over 2 hours per day on average playing this game. I have so many real-life responsibilities that getting level 80 Slayer in RuneScape is honestly a massive achievement for me. Now, with all that said, I am so looking forward to no longer juggling clues, and I can finally go for these items. Alright, it's time to get back on track here. I'm going to go ahead and knock out these clues. I'm pretty much all geared up. Dust Battle Staff is really nice for this. I think this is going to be just about all I need. So I'm going to start knocking out these hard clues right now. Okay, that's very convenient for me. Cool, cool, like to see it. Okay, I need to go in here and surely the Golden Chef hat works. It sure does. Thank you, Head Chef. Okay, so I'm pretty much all done with my clues. Unfortunately, I'm already up to like 11-ish maybe that I can't do, which is unfortunate, but I do have 2 wildly and 2 intronic clues I can do. I'm just putting this off for last. And I have a second pile, or I guess a fourth, of close. I'll explain what I mean by close in just a few minutes here. I got quite a few of those. I'll go through in just a moment, but I have 10 caskets so far. I think I'm just gonna knock out these mediums first. Accidentally opened this medium clue, but I did not get anything of value from it. Okay, so I got the mediums done. I got 2 caskets here. Unfortunately, could not do that third one there. I'm gonna go ahead and open these now. I'm not really expecting anything. Yeah, it's to be expected. So I got 12 hard caskets now. I did the Intrana and the Wildy clues that I could do. And I wanted to go over these, what I have here as close. Now this one's set aside because I need rune boots. For this one, I can get those actually now because I have access to Necreal. Those are 80 Slayer requirement, and I sure enough have 80 now. And then once I do log the rune boots here, that'll bring me up to 4 banked chunks, and I can access 4 of these different close locations. All these mean that I'm just one single chunk away. Gotta go through these just to double check to see which ones I want to keep, which ones are gonna be the most useful. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get these rune boots first. All right, so I'm pretty much all set here to camp here. If I go dry here, it's honestly not gonna be that bad because the regular drops for these Necreal are just really good. You can see 3k cash on the first kill. So these rune boots, I believe, are a 1 out of 116. So let's see how this goes. Oh, there's the rune boots. I just immediately clicked on the drip because I saw something rune, but there it is, 36 KC. The spoon continues. Okay, so this is the 68 fishing requirement, which ironically I don't have. I guess I'll hold on to this. This will be like my bank one, I guess. I can get 68 fishing pretty soon. Okay, so I went through the close clues that I had. I have these 5 separated. I'll need 4 chunks for these. These are just no-goes, not used for the future of the account. But if we take a look at the chunk picker, so the first chunk I'll be going for is the Forthos Ruins. I can kill Seragnus in here. There's also 2 clues that I can do on this pile, one being in the Forthos dungeon, and the second one being that little dot right there. The second one is going to be on Waterbirth. I technically just need to go there, get the music track, and then play it for Cecilia and Falador. This chunk will be very useful for DKs sometime soon. The third chunk I'm going for is this one right here with this clue step, the Calphite layer, for obvious reasons, KQ one day. And it's pretty easy access to this fairy ring. And finally, the one right behind the arena here, I want to do Haunted Mine pretty soon, and conveniently that's in this chunk as well. I can walk through right here, or I can go over here and walk through there. It really doesn't matter, but I honestly just use this little sliver right there. Okay, I had to sell all of my farming and birdhouse run supplies, but I finally have enough money. I should be enough, at least 10 mil for all these chunks. So let's go do this all in one take. These are chunks 233 through 236, for the first amount being this amount here. Okay, I believe that's enough. I'm gonna have to double check that here in a minute. And the platinum tokens, they go for 9.3 mil to unlock those chunks, but you know, no big deal. I was briefly considering every single time I unlocked a chunk where a pet was involved for said chunk, it was gonna be free. I don't really see a point. The pet's already kind of like the reward there. Okay, the last step on the last clue that I could do, this should be a guaranteed casket, and I did get a few music tracks alongside a few achievement diary tasks, which is pretty cool. But there it is, there is the final casket. I got 2 of those, I think 5 that I attempted, for a total of 14 hard caskets. I am going to make the decision to hold on to these 14 caskets for now, because I want to do a big opening of like at least 50 to 100 clues. Alright, so it's time to get these wild pies. I'm going to start out with, I think, 100 and see where that gets me. Looks like I paid 1k each, not too bad. So if I don't eat the pie, you can see that I don't have the Slayer level to wound this monster, but if I take a little bite of this pie, I can wound the spiritual mage, kill it, and get its D-boots, hopefully 1kc. And nope, to be expected, but hey, elite task in the Fribnik area, that's pretty cool. These have no other good drops really, so I'm just really hoping to get this and get out of here. Okay, I got the dragon boots again spooned. I don't know what is with my luck here. I don't have the number in front of me, but you'll see it on the screen. Dragon boots obtained. I had these a long time ago, had to sell them due to my rules that I set for myself, but I got them back. Very pleased. So with these dragon boots now obtained, these spike manacles are kind of outdated for me, honestly. I'm gonna go for the whip now. I guess it's time to go for it. So here's what I'm working with. I got my gear pretty much the same as the Necreals minus the Proselyte. I got the Zombie Axe. This is going to be my best weapon. I can't really make the Arc Light, along with all these Wild Pies, which these are also going to act as my food for this. I'm going to kill them in the catacombs up here. This is kind of just my preferred spot. I could burst them, but I couldn't be bothered bonding up another account just to do this when it could easily take me a long time. It's too much effort. I'll just kind of AFK kill these. Going dry here wouldn't be very good because the regular drops here just aren't very good. They honestly kind of suck. The only saving grace they have is the 1 in 512 whip drop. All right, in the first KC, what do I get? A Black Sword and Abyssal Ashes. I guess I'll scatter the ashes. All right, I got Rune Javelins. I believe that's a rare drop table drop. Pretty rare. Okay. And then this is the very next kill, an Elite Clue Scroll. I know for a fact this is like a 1 out of 1200. All right, and this is getting a little old now. This is like 3 kills later. A Runite Bar, which is also on the rare drop table, also very rare. Imagine that. Oh, there is the Abyssal Whip. I already know it's early. What's the KC? 104 KC for that. Oh boy. I guess the spoon tracker is just broken at this point. I can't believe I got the whip already. Okay. There it is. It's in my hand. If I look at it here, it just looks so good. Iconic with this get up. Honestly, I'm looking like a 2015 Iron Man. Now, the reason it's better than the Zombie Axe overall is because of the speed. It's a 4-tick weapon versus the Zombie Axe being a 5-tick weapon, which leads to more DPS. Taking one final look at the Slayer Clog Emporium, I made some great progress with this. As for the other 2 items I didn't get, I guess I'll just work on those passively, but overall I am super pleased with everything I got. I did get a couple clues there, so I'm going to knock these out. Alright, I was able to do 1 more for a total of 15 caskets, so that's a pretty good start on that pile of at least 100. Okay, it is time to look at this Slayer tab. I've looked at it a lot, haven't shown it a single time, but it starts right around here with these keys all the way down. To be honest, it does not look that impressive, but trust me, there's a few good stacks in here. Like, if you, just a couple of these have some pretty good value. I do also have a Granite Maul and a Black Mask to sell. Just one of them, can't sell the original, so this will be profit. Alright, so I did not realize I didn't have my recorder up, but I got 11.5 mil for selling everything you see here. Honestly, it's more than I thought I was gonna get. I didn't really have access to so many of my runes. I like to keep them, so I just sold the soul runes. So I did keep track of all the supplies I bought throughout this grind for the most part, and it comes up to 10.5 mil. And being that I sold everything for 11.5 and my alking estimated to be about 2 mil, I'm walking away with a total of a 3 mil profit here. It's not great. I made about 30k an hour, but it's okay, I guess. Okay, with the abysmal money that I made, surely I can get a back-to-back whip here and sell it. And unfortunately nothing, but hey, it's been a fantastic video. With these powerful upgrades acquired, I'm ready to take on my next titan of a grind. I've really enjoyed making this episode, so a like would go a long way. And be sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next one. Anyways, that's all I got for this adventure. Take care, and I will see you next time.